It could be 20,000 a year.
I need to find out about this daycare here.
I know. I feel like it's non-existent, but they need. Does it actually run, or is it just?
I don't live. I don't. So.
Where was that?
Oh, there's a dorm that has kids in it, right?
There's a parking lot.
Okay.
Right
This
here. We're talking about the health.
Oh, yeah.
It's right there. You can look up on that.
It's
Oh,
there,
right
it's literally right there.
But is it running or is it fictitious? Like,
I mean, that
I feel like it's in.
But if you would want to get more information on the
I'm gonna go over
that
there.
would be the place.
I feel like it's still in talks.
When they building something else, this lady just walked into the student center with a new billboard.
Really?
Bro, yes.
Who was that?
So it's in talks, or you just don't know?
I feel like they did have one. It went unfunded because the grant ran out. And without a grant, they need to re-up. This, like, you can't run it for free. You know what I
They need
mean?
to take off that there's free daycare off the website.
Yeah, I would go see about
Well, where do they say
It's coming, it's coming. Class ain't over yet.
So I think it's just not a lot of people that have kids. I think I only know like one person that with kids. So like it's not used that often. You know?
So they do have free daycare on the website, for real?
No, it's online.
Where did you get this
I'm
from?
over exaggerating.
It's my timesheet. You can flip it though. Do the other side. There you go. That's my timesheet for hospice. You guys ever heard of hospice?
Why would you take class?
What's that? He's still playing games.
Oh.
Still playing
It
games.
might be right, like, but land him.
So some of the policies toward childcare, the Lanham Act provided government support for childcare, but that was during World War II. Do they still give any support for childcare? It says Lanham Act provided government support for childcare during World War II.
You talking about Title 20?
There's something that I hope they give some money. They probably just take it off your taxes.
So do it.
No, Title 20 exists.
Yes.
It's just like SNAP and cash assistance. Title 20 you can apply for it, and there's childcare.gov, and it's certain. Thank you so much. It's certain websites there's certain daycares you can send your child to. They give you a card, just like food stamps, and you swipe it, and you'll get to pay like a copay. But right now, because we're in that pandemic, after the pandemic, nobody that qualifies for it has to pay anything. But I would,
Okay.
because that's about to end, because they just changed it with Medicaid, and I'm about to change that with daycare.
So it is paid for and funded.
Right, you get $1,000 a month per child.
Okay.
The daycare does. It doesn't get sent to you. The daycare does.
Right. Okay.
It's called Title 20.
And you would have to make under the family of 4, 25,000 a year or 35,000 a year, something like that. If you're a family of 5.
Well, I think it's way high. I think for a family of 3, that you have to make less than $40,000.
Okay. Because how would you make 40,000 if you're taking care of kids all day? Like, how do you go out and work if you don't have childcare? That's kind of the theory. Okay. So that may have been from the Lanham Act. Daycare programs increased in the 70s. That's what I was saying. Like moms.
No, that's the one good thing that's the really great thing that President Barack Obama did.
Okay.
It used to be where it was impossible to have child care benefits.
Right.
And he changed it.
Okay.
He passed some type of amendment to the bill to change it so that way families of not just single parent homes and 2-parent homes could afford for child care.
I wonder what a 4-person home and a 5-person home cutoff would be.
I can email it to you.
Okay.
That little list up.
I am curious for sure. So, and then there is Child Care and Development Fund. This could be getting closer to Obama. Dependent Child Care Credit, and then welfare reform efforts in the 90s. So this was some of the stuff they pushed through that create a lot of social work jobs too. So there are a lot of social work jobs that come from these, especially Help Me Grow. We had mentioned that. And she said, sure, Miss Johnson is added back into the class.
She did it. Oh, 6th grade. I'm gonna stay just for that.
Did you guys hear that if there's like one day you missed in the first week or two, they just
Yeah.
are they hardcore about it this year or something? I was gonna say, are they harder about it this year or harder about it last year?
They need to do it a little bit harder because the people I live with, they didn't even go to school the first week and they still ain't touch their schedule.
They are.
Yeah.
Maybe they just all added term B classes instead, and then you do your
Oh.
15 hours in 8 weeks instead of 16
Oh, I see
weeks
what you're saying.
on campus. So you just party for 2 months and then you go to school the last 2 months.
That's crazy. Wait, when does B term start?
October. October.
First or just October?
So the first one starts in August. The second half is October.
Okay, I think that's last.
So you could add 15 hours in October.
They
So
just closed it though. I had to speak to Nikita because they won't let me
I'm
out.
trying, I need to see her. I don't even know what she looks like.
what do you want to add? I can get you one added
So,
over there.
I was about to say, help me.
Because I just dropped the computer class and so I want to replace it so that way I still have funding.
If you walk to the registrar, they have a picture. You take a picture with your phone.
It's not, listen, it's that drop add button online. It says read only now. They won't let me do it.
So-
I probably have to do it.
What they're making you do instead. Let me see if I can find it.
They're pretty, please show me.
Have you guys heard of this? That little, the office forms here?
What's the website?
Let's see if it opens. This will be exciting because I can send out as an announcement. They'll probably get pissed. There it is. Oh, that's the wrong one. There's another one.
Who got contacted with it?
If you walk to the registrar, literally just past there, they have one of those boxes you take a picture of.
QR code.
A QR code. Thank you.
Oh,
You take a picture. It says name, email, student ID number, classes to drop, classes to add, submit. That's how you do it. It is a lot harder than, you
So
know.
how do I see what's left to take on these?
I usually go into this right here. These are the main ones. There's critical thinking, there's African philosophy, there's a ton of business and like accounting if you want to.
What website is this?
So this one is Chaz Banner Pro. But you would access that through like centralstate.edu, then like look up classes and then yeah, to like learning navigating the system is definitely a challenge. So
Okay, so I'm at Central State and then what is it, self-service?
yes,
And then what do you do next?
it might say something like look up classes.
Student, view academic records, personal information. This one.
It may be something else called like catalog or because you pick like fall of 2023. Has anybody accessed where you look up classes before that you could show her how to get to it?
What was the question?
Like where you look up classes like these.
The week at glance thing.
Yeah, it would be next to that. For me, it is like 3 check down from that. Tiona just signed in right here, so I take attendance on YouTube also.
You do?
It's right here, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't come Tuesday. I was about to get on your YouTube thing, but I didn't know if I need to say like, hey, I'm on YouTube.
You just write your name in the comments.
Okay, I'll do
That's how you sign in. That's how we did it in college when I was growing up, but they've made it real hard for you guys. You think it's hilarious too, don't you?
Wait, what? No, I'm not married there. That's not.
They slid into your DMs?
What?
Who slid into your DMs?
Nah, nobody.
Oh, okay.
I'm calling Joffrey.
All right. I have the Poor Kids documentary, but infancy stage of human development. From birth until 2, you grow like a mofo. You ever heard this before? You triple your size. You go from 5, 6, 7 pounds at birth to like doubling in the first year, and then you triple by year 2. In fact, my fatty is 8 months old. He was 8.5. Now he's 21
Oh, wow.
pounds at 8.5 months.
Yeah.
Is our checklist on self-serve?
Huh?
Is our checklist on self-serve?
It's supposed to be, but which one were you looking for? The social work checklist? Or I might have to email it to you guys again. This thing right here? Or this thing right here?
Yeah.
I might have to email it to you. Want me to email that?
Everybody's different.
No, if you're a double major, yes. But if you're a social work major, it's always the same. And if you are a psych major,
Could somebody email
yes, that would be the same.
Can you email that to me, please?
Sure.
What would it be called? Social work?
I usually call it blank social work check sheet.
You sent it to me.
Probably. I'm the one who sends it to
Yeah, you
everybody
sent it to me when I was in your office.
because I want you guys to be self-sufficient. That's
Yes,
the
it
whole
was
idea.
blank.
Like you take control of your own power in life and do your own classes, and then you're good. You're looking for it still. You got to
This-
search. That's it.
That's what she wants?
Mm-hmm. That's it. Do you mind sending it? So she'll send it to you. So if your birth weight, here it is, you double in 5 months. So our kid weighed 16 pounds within 5 months, or he weighed 17 pounds in 5 months. Do any of you have a 2-year-old niece or nephew?
I got a nephew.
So if you measure them now, at 2 years old, you are half your adult height. So if they're like 3 feet tall, they're going to be 6 feet tall.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
I think my nephew got something wrong with him. He don't talk. He keeps going like this.
So he might have autism, you're
Yeah.
saying? Okay. So that's something that's, have you guys heard about the increased autism rate since vaccines came out in 1986?
Yeah, I have.
Have you? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, you know, I watching documentaries, like how
Let me know if
after they get the vaccine, then they start showing symptoms of like autism and stuff. And she said that I did that too, but like I was acting like when she gave me that vaccine, I was acting weird for a couple of days.
And she fixed you?
I forget what vaccine.
She pulled you out of it? A lot of times it's MMR,
Yeah, the MMR. That's what it was.
measles, mumps, and rubella.
Yeah,
Ain't that one of like the shots that we got at like
It's a normal shot that we all get, but the autism rate went from 1 in 1,000 to 1 in 100, and now it's at 1 in 54,
yeah.
or maybe even more, 1 in 39.
where's the sign sheet?
It disappeared.
But yeah, she started was acting like after I got the MMR.
Oh, here it is, sorry.
I was there for a couple of days.
So she brought you out of it somehow?
No, I think I just got, I don't know.
You got better.
Yeah,
Well,
I just got
sometimes so there are some recommendations. They say don't give your kids like 5 shots on the same day. But they push it because you're like, oh, you just have to come here once and you get all your shots. So we spread them out. We'll give them like 2 and then 2 and then 2,
Y'all go by like the weeks, like every other.
as far as we can. Like, in fact, I hate to say it, but more research is coming out and that makes you want to become an anti-vaxxer. But I'm just, I'm sure you guys hear all the horror stories about anti-vaxxers too.
Why? They talking about we had to have a COVID shot. This was when I was my freshman year to move in, and they didn't even check my vaccine card.
Because of all the lawsuits, right? All the lawsuits that happen because you can't mandate any medical care ever. You can't force it. Like, and that was decided after World War II. Like any,
So how come the government trying to mandate anything?
they're going to try again. Believe me, they'll keep trying.
Yeah.
But you're saying just like vaccines we get growing up?
No, I mean like specifically like the COVID shots. You know, like some jobs, well, back when it was really hot, if you ain't have the COVID shot, you can't come work.
Right. Well, they all got sued and now that got shut down. So
Oh dang! So
Use-
businesses that did that, they got sued.
yeah.
Well, I'm about to sue the school. I'm about to start
What have you noticed anything? He just ran into a tree. What the hell?
I live in the grass every other day.
Because they have 300 acres.
Like, oh my god.
I don't know. So you guys are allowed to take what's called a religious exemption for the COVID shot. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it was made with aborted fetal parts. So people that had like a religious objection to that, like an abortion, could submit a religious objection to the fetal shot or the COVID shot. I shouldn't call it the fetal shot. So some students did that. And infant brain. There's so much stuff in childhood, though. Like, I wish I could cover all of it as quickly as possible. But this is the one that I was referring to that's such a big deal about, like, if you don't have the proper upbringing, proper nutrition, proper brain development, different things that you get exposed to as a kid. And we can at least cover half of this. I still want to get you guys done.
I'm Brittany, and I'm now 15 years old.
They actually followed these kids over 5 years, which was interesting. And a lot of them kind of grew up. This was most during similar line. How many of you guys had me in class before, ever before? Just you? So you might have maybe have already seen it, but maybe not. I don't know if I showed the Poor Kids documentary last year. You'll know right away.
Okay.
But this is the update. All right.
Nah.
He said, no, you will not succeed in life if you do not show up. You got to suit up and show up
Yeah, you gotta suit up and you gotta show up.
instead of shooting up and throwing up. Have you ever heard that one before?
People don't realize what they have until it's gone.
This is actually really sad. So get ready
We
to
lost our
cry.
whole house and everything.
Growing up poor.
And we're going to start with numbers 1 through 20.
I think there's a lot of people in America that need help with food.
Through the eyes of children.
Sometimes when I watch people who walk into their house when they're driving, I wish that sometimes I had a house like that.
We first met them 5 years ago.
If I could change anything, it would be being cold.
I'm Kaylee, and I'm 15.
You remember it?
Now we catch up with them as teenagers
You don't remember
and
it?
see the America they're growing up
Is
in.
that your baby?
Yes.
The chunky one?
He's so fat, dude.
Yeah.
He's so fat. It's hilarious. He just waddles like. I love him. He's awesome. Did I pick the wrong one?
No, you just fast.
Because they do say a fat baby. Have you guys ever heard a fat baby is a healthy baby?
Yeah.
I was 9 pounds.
My
and
aunt
nothing.
was trying to
My
tell
name is
me
Brittany Smith and I'm 5 years old. It's tough because my mom and dad are poor. My dad just lost his job. One day I tried getting in the shower and it was cold. I put the hot on all the way and no cold and it was freezing. It felt like shoving your face in a bunch of snow. It was freezing.
She's talking about it, no?
The hot water shut off because we didn't pay the bill in time. It was overdue.
So what's the next bill due?
Electricity will be $318.
They must be heating on electric.
Just need to put it out his estimate.
Yeah.
When you see the flat screen TV and the computers and our various things we've acquired over the years, stuff that we've had before all this happened, like when we were not this poor.
This thing's broke. I don't know how we're gonna live. And
It's
the
sad.
cheapest plumber is like $65
It's just life.
an hour. I can't even afford $20.
We lived in a farmhouse. My dad lost his job from Picture Perfect. He got laid off and got kicked out of there. We moved here. It's not very big. We didn't have enough room, so we had to put some in storage, and we lost it all because we couldn't pay it.
That sucks when you lose your storage box.
How storage works is like you put all your stuff in there when you move, but you have to pay the bill or else it gets thrown out in the street because they have a spare key. I don't think it's right because people shouldn't throw other people's stuff in the street because that's just plain up rude.
Right.
It's like an eviction. Like you've seen evictions, they put the shit on the curb.
I got a brat stall.
It sucks.
I lost it in storage. I lost my favorite teddy bear. I lost my DS. It was great. It was awesome. I'm bummed out because like that was my favorite thing in the world. Besides my family.
Is that a Nintendo?
Yeah.
Okay.
The new pistons at least on it.
My dad's brakes on the truck isn't working. One time we almost got in a wreck. It sounded like nails on a chalkboard. I hate the sound.
It's weird to hear little kids talk about it. So
When is the cable being shut off?
Soon, around almost $200. The cable, the internet, all that. You don't have the money to pay it.
I don't.
Applying for a job.
Have you applied to many places?
This will be the third Menards store I've applied at. Walmart, the Anchor Place, quite a few.
I hope that my dad will somehow miraculously get his truck working and get a good job, so we'll be able to get money to keep this house hopefully and not get kicked out.
So 46 billion Americans in poverty, that's 1/6. So really 1 out of every 6 of us will hit it sometime. It's not uncommon. It's going up again after the printed money.
I live in Stockton, Iowa. Oh yeah! That was good!
It is dangerous. That's what we used to do as
I'm
kids.
10 years old, and I live with my mother and my brother, Tyler, and he is 12 years old. I don't
that a
think
bug?
we're a
Snail.
rich
Oh my
family.
God.
Like, I think we're kind of a poor family.
No funny stuff. I feel like a lot of things like this, like dog like that. They look just like that.
The pit bull? Yes. I know.
I'm just starving. We don't get that 3 meals a day, like breakfast, lunch, and then dinner. When I feel just like hungry, I'll feel like I'm so like sad and all droopy, and then I'll feel like weak, and then some in the mornings I'll be like so starving, but then I'll like be like, I need some food, but then like I'll get like, but then I don't think of food, and then I'll just think of something else, and then I'll not be hungry anymore.
There's good days and bad days.
No,
Sometimes when we have cereal, we don't have milk, we have to eat it dry. Sometimes we don't have cereal and we have milk. It's often like swap.
It affects her development. That's partly why I'm.
There's a cooking show on, I get a little more hungry. I want to vanish into the screen and start eating.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this in our last class too. But do you think that people should have kids if they can't afford them?
So in the past, they've tried to snip people that they didn't think were mentally capable. They've tried to cut off people that. So it comes back to a constitutional right. Now, if it got bad enough, we do have support programs in the United States that will. I know they're not perfect, but we'll help you support. And if you did get bad enough, or maybe if you're on drugs or whatnot, Child Protective Services may take your kids from you. I don't know if that answers your question. How would you guys answer it? What would you think?
I think it's like a, whatever y'all think.
Ask the question.
Oh, okay, so do you think you have kids that can't afford it?
Like only to a certain extent, because I could not be able to take care of my child, but the father could, or I know my mom can, or I know my baby's gonna be straight, just because I don't got
Right.
my baby.
Yeah, it's
don't
different
have to. It just-
circumstances.
Yeah.
It depends. Now, if it's me by myself and I have no support, no, I'm not bringing no baby. No.
That question does come in at minute like 45 of this. Like they have actually one of these families gets pregnant, so you got to try to figure out which one. And they do snip themselves, but I think it should be a self choice. If you get snipped, or I think with women they tie the tubes in a knot, something like that. Oh, they just burn them off. But you still could. Sometimes that could open up again. You know.
Not if they burn them off.
Okay. Okay.
Get rid of them.
Right. So it will come up, but there was major lawsuits about that. They sterilized people in South Carolina. They tried to do it with minorities during like the racist times. Like, well, you're not smart enough to have kids, so we have to sterilize you. And they've tried to do it in Africa, where like those vaccines are bringing, instead of an actual MMR vaccine, they're giving them sterilization shots. It's effed up, in my opinion, because on a spiritual basis, you will be provided for. Like, I know it might be community or government, but it's a good question. It's
Controversial.
very
Not just a
controversial.
Perspective.
Yeah.
So I was saying, like, we talked about this last class, and I didn't mean to beat her up. But I do, like, for instance, I've been a job developer for 4.5 years, almost 5 years, right?
Mhm.
I have this one client, she's 24, and she's pregnant with her 6th child.
Holy shit. Since 18 or since 15?
I think she had her first baby when she was 12.
Okay.
But she's in and out of homeless shelters.
Mhm.
And then I don't believe in this thing of just working with people. Everybody wants to work. They just have barriers to employment. That's my belief. But here's the thing. So she'll lose a job, and she'll get a job, we'll help her get a really good job.
Mhm.
And then we'll help, we'll help her get Title 20, we'll pay for her daycare, we'll help pay for her transportation, get back and forth to work. And then she'll be like, oh, my boyfriend, he took me to Florida the first 2 weeks that I went to work. And so when I came back, I called off one day and they fired me. I'm like, we haven't worked at this job for 2 weeks.
They're going to fire you.
They're gonna fire you.
Yeah.
And so she doesn't make good decisions.
You can't help somebody that don't want help.
But she does want help, but she just doesn't make, she has no mental illness.
Right.
She just makes really poor decisions.
So we'll run into these people as social
So
workers
you
too.
will. So it gets extremely frustrating.
It's tough.
So
It's-
with her, I'm like, girl, do not have no more kids. You can't
Right.
take care of them. Like,
6 months.
and then
Yep.
she'll do well for 6 months, and then she'll have a house, and then she'll rent a house or whatever, and she'll get a fit. Like
Mhm.
I have been, usually someone's in my program for a year. I have had this client the whole time,
Mhm.
and it's really frustrating. She's a very high touch case. So I
Mm.
get it. There's some people that you just don't work with.
You're like, sterilize yourself.
Please do
Right.
not have
Right.
any more kids.
Yep.
Because,
Huh.
and I've made like 10 referrals to Family Children's Services, and they never take the kids away
So
because they
where
are
is
in the
the
same
stop?
environment. So I get what she was saying. Like,
Yes.
there is gonna
Yep.
be some situations where you're gonna be like, this baby did not need to have any more kids.
Yeah.
But also the same way too, like, speaking as Black people as a whole, we were all low income after slavery.
Yeah.
They did that to us. They tried to sterilize us. They
Yep.
did. So one of the first abortion clinics, Planned Parenthood, doesn't have good roots. But it does now, like the things that they do now, but they didn't have good roots. They tried to sterilize us and did.
They tried the Black population.
Right, a lot of the entities and government.
That's what Moffat
did try to
21's
wipe us
about.
out. So we can say the same thing about the whole Black people as a nation. So, I hear what you're saying, but slippery slope to genocide, truly. So you just have to really support people where they at. That's my
That's
my
what-
opinion.
That's what
For
this
sure.
documentary is also about. It's called Moffat 21, the Black Genocide in 21st Century America. And it is interesting is they strategically put all abortion clinics in the inner city, and like
And
Margaret
that's still-
Sanger, who founded them and passed condoms to everybody, she was there's like a term for it where like she only wanted people like her. I don't even know what she was. I'm sure she was right. But there's even more detail than that. Like maybe it was Polish.
Right.
And so, yeah, Moffat 21 is the Black Holocaust talking about. That's interesting. They don't give a preview on that.
But and here's the thing too, like they want to say like, well, I live in Clark County. Like I think what's it, 90% is white. So I don't have a lot of Black clients.
Uh-huh.
I just don't.
Yeah.
But I don't mean to say this, but it's just this is how this is what I see. Like really, like when it talks about when people talk about people just wanting to be on assistance, it's not us. It's people.
Let's get into
Yeah.
it.
It really
Let's
is
get into it
the
because
generational poverty that I see, where I see people trying to like use all of their 36 months, do all they can
Yep.
just to live bare minimum is truly my white clients.
Mhm.
And it's truly what my white clients that's having like these, my program only goes up to 24.
Mm-hmm.
Like my difficult clients are my white clients.
Mm-hmm.
Clients that strive and get their high school diploma, their GED are my Black clients.
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Well, and it is 87% of the population, so that I could see where most of them would be white. You know
That's
what I
why I
mean?
said in foods, SNAP, we're not on it, and we probably should. Y'all, I mean, if I said, if I was a college student, and I knew what I knew now, I would apply and be on food stamps. I
Mhm.
wouldn't have been struggling and starving in my dorm.
Right.
That's
Right.
all I'm saying when I went to college the first time. So
Right.
if you want help applying, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I think they help me. I'm trying to get my mom.
Yeah. Yeah, but
can't
watch
put down your
this.
student.
If you guys look that up, watch that documentary because it's kind of shocking how they placed a lot of those clinics in the inner city. And one of these 4 families you'll see, Black, white, and Black, gets pregnant and towards the end. I know we won't finish it all, but it's just in terms of human growth and development, like proper nutrition, safe spaces to live, like educational tools, transportation, a lot of those go into it to have the proper development. Without those, there can be a struggle. So that's why I a lot of times use documentaries to portray this, because it's real families and real situations. It's like, holy shit. It's sad. You hear them talking about food and like,
Corn. I'm sorry.
How do you think you have customers?
Customers.
I don't want you to freaking cut me.
I'm not gonna cut you.
You better not,
I've been in school long enough, I won't cut you.
or you're dead. I mean it. My mom, she has very little in her bank. And like she can't pay all of her bills at the same time.
My income is $480 or $1480. And the total of my bills is $1326. And that does not leave me money for food or gas. I've never seen it this bad.
My best friend is Jordan and we grew up together. We like to go canning to make money. Yeah.
they get aluminum to sell to the metal guys.
I just walk around and look for cans and I walk like around the whole town. The non-squished ones are 5 cents and the squished are 2. So yeah.
I think it's like 25 cents a pound. Now it might be 50 cents a pound.
Some people come over here for gas and it's not here anymore. The dance hall, that's broken. Train station, that's still up, but it's all running and stuff. Another crushed can. In 2004 is when this shut down, and now look at it, crap. It's so special. Didn't they just see a movie theater? What? That.
No?
With did it used to be?
It was the old bank.
I bet there's old money in there.
I'm not going in there. The floor fell in.
Silver coins would be nice.
Well, that would be awesome if there was like thousands and thousands of dollars.
I think they're in Iowa. One of them's in Chicago. That's like an older brother, I guess.
Oh, no, she thought he.
Actually, they show those two 5 years later.
We can't afford to pay our bills, like our house bills and stuff. I'm afraid like we'll get homeless. Me and my brother will starve. You never know what will happen in your life. So, yeah.
Yeah, our child poverty rate's pretty high. We have 300 million in America.
My name is Jasmine, and I am 9 years old, and I live with my brothers Joshua, Jill, and Johnny.
My name is Johnny Davis. I am 13 years old, gonna be 14 in 3 months.
I love that he says fitting to be.
We are in Salvation Army, homeless shelter. My dad had got a business and he was making about a good $5,000 a month. We had good and fancy things then. We had a 3-bedroom house. Our living room had a 32-inch flat screen TV in there. My mom's and dad's room had a 42-inch flat screen TV in their room. And that's what TV you watch the Super Bowl on.
Those are eggs. Are you serious? What did you bring out here?
That's probably
And
all
it
she
was
got to
good.
eat.
It was good. I can remember having 5 or 6 jobs a month.
I love
that lined
eggs.
up back to back. And I mean, decent paying jobs. $4,000, $5,000, $7,000, whatever it was. And all of a sudden, just right about the time when everybody was saying, you know, the recession is coming about, people just plain old stop fixing on their houses, stop making repairs.
The payment of the house was due in 2 weeks. And I guess my parents just didn't have the money at the time because he was explaining to us business was slow. And we lost our whole house and everything. And we started at ground zero. Then we moved to a homeless shelter. Anything that could fit in a book bag or a suitcase, you could
That
take
is
it.
sad.
Whatever you, like this TV, the yellow one, that only made it because it could fit in my bag. If it couldn't fit in my bag, that would have been left behind too.
We have to go. Hurry up. Let's go.
Hurry. My dad works at a factory and we drive him there every day.
Let's go.
The journey takes about 2 hours there and back. We had to go
You have
with our
to.
mom because the rules said that we couldn't be left in the shelter by ourselves because we weren't old enough.
The Salvation Armies are a replacement for a lot of social work.
Chance and ability to still go out and get different jobs.
We talked about that.
It's not a career, something that I want to spend the rest of my working years doing, but it's something that will provide for us to have some food.
Oh, this is tough. Driving out here every day, there and back, there and back, there and back, there and back. It'd be so much easier if you could go ahead and just grab us a place out here so you don't have to make the trip back and forth. I look at that little house every time I ride back past. That's a nice one there.
Sometimes when I watch people who like walk into their house when we're driving, I wish that sometimes like I had a house like those people.
Is it me or does it seem like he gets further away every day?
Still doing here.
That's a lot of kids.
Yep.
Haley, what are you looking at? It's loud.
I'd be afraid the kids would run under it.
I just like to go explore the world, but I'm never going to be able to do this because these days everything is expensive. I watched one show where it said they're raising the gas prices, and my mom can't even afford gas. We have to be careful how we use our gas, how we use everything.
A lot of times I have to give my money up to buy groceries and buy gas for the car and lawnmower. For mowing other people's lawns, and I got $10 and I put in 6 of it for the gas and gave this to my mom for some food, and it's kind of what I do with my money. I don't think I'm gonna do mowing for a living.
There's the pit bull, he said.
The bills here at the house is just too much for me to handle. And I seen a doctor last week for depression, and she put me on some antidepressants and Xanax for my panic attacks.
That's how, yeah.
So my only options are to get out of my house and move my stuff into storage and move into the motel room. I mean, I don't even know if I can find a job when I get out of school, or if it'll ever get any better.
I know, it's the stories you get working in social work. It's like why self-care is so important too.
She don't
I'll
have
have to
time
find
for it. She got to
daycare for
work.
Kaylee.
I mean, for us,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Therapist, need therapist.
Yeah.
And
Her and
mental
Ty and
days.
her brother and sister really fight. I'll come home and the
My boss
one will be
makes us
hanging
take
from the
mental
ceiling
health
facing
That's
you,
good.
the one will be God knows where.
Thank goodness.
Scared.
I don't want to move. I like living here because my friends are nice to me. Like, I want to stay put here. We won't get to keep our dog Nala. It's extra money, and we're going to get rid of her. Like, I want to spend much time as with her. But then again, I want to spend time with my friends.
They don't talk about, she should be on food systems.
I wonder if they are, the way she adding stuff up. I bet you they are. I hope they are.
We're going to ask you for your name and your phone numbers. I think there's a lot of people in America that need help with food because they're poor or they're either homeless or they're both. We need food for our family. I'm hitting my growth spurt and I'm really hungry. My favorite food is Chinese food. I'm craving that right now. You know what makes me mad? We can't afford it.
I think it's 1 in 6 children have food challenges. 1 in 5 almost.
Probably pretty good for fourth grade.
Sorry, ballerinas. I've seen a lot of things in my life.
Mr. Caitlin,
Yes,
if this is a good time for you, would you like to send your students down for the nutrition club?
I'll have them down there shortly.
Nutrition Club is a bag of food that you get every Friday and you have to make last the whole weekend. They announce in class
The whole
that
week?
you have to go down for a nutrition club experience. You have to go to the
Food pantries you do.
sign your name in for it. And then you go put it in your locker and you go back to class.
It's because
I'm surprised by how things can change so fast. You can go from doing okay, not having to go hungry, to this, going hungry and having to pay all your bills and not being able to. On the verge of being homeless again.
I put you and it's cute. It's pretty. You just found out my mom was pregnant.
Oh.
There you go.
Like a whale.
Not like a whale.
My dad's been working. He's been working for a week and he has $64 total.
A week?
She knows too much about.
Yeah.
She does. How does a kid know that much?
Cause like I was like, you know,
Financially, I'm gonna be in a lot more trouble.
Wouldn't even know you. She should have known her. She shouldn't even know you. Good Lord.
And the electricity used to go out when I was a kid. My mom used to
Is
like,
it baby
I
or
was
not?
out. So they used to be like, she supposed to know. Tell me like, we didn't pay the bill. She was like, how was out?
That's just baby.
Yep.
I think it would be difficult for the baby to grow up here because we don't have a lot of money.
I think the thing I miss the most from having all this happen is the internet. I mean, people don't realize what they have until it's gone. And serious World of Warcraft withdrawals, man. Because saying World of Warcraft, I'm awesome. I'm a level 85 paladin. Tank and healer. And in real life, I'm a 14-year-old boy with nothing going for him.
He can go to work.
They show him 5 years later at the end of this too.
No, she was like my dog. Like she was like my favorite dog. And now we have to take her to the pound. We have to get rid of Nala, but not Tater.
64.
No, so adorable. Like if you had her, she would sleep on your bed and she would sleep on you. She's like your little dog, guard dog.
Oh.
We're getting rid of my perfect little lovey dog. Yes, now I hear you
Sad.
stressing out.
It's a family dog.
I love you now.
They show her 5 years later too, actually.
Does she have any favorite toys or games?
She wants lots and lots of bones.
Okay.
Yeah, she
She'll
chews
chew
up
one
bones,
in
like-
like an hour or so. She eats fast.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't like us.
No, this is my animal lover.
She'll have to go into our isolation room since she hasn't gotten any vaccinations yet.
Yeah.
So she'll be in an isolated area right now.
Do they kill them then, do you think? Or they,
Just the leash.
I mean, I guess if they.
if nobody takes them?
Find a collar. She can have it.
Oh. Oh. Me.
Yeah, girl, you she's still gonna get a whooping though.
I know, right? She talks trash to her mom all the time.
This is the second time on camera.
Because her mom tolerant.
She said.
Yeah, mom is
She needs a.
Just a pat on the behind.
Oh,
Right.
it's the sandals, like.
Oh, they're two different colors. I just noticed that. Okay.
She may have did that on purpose, because she said she may have wanted to do that.
She's dramatic.
That is sad.
And that was their family dog. And I'm like, what's her name? I can't live in this world for like.
Must be in Iowa in the middle of nowhere somewhere. These things look more expensive than rent. $35 a day, that's $1,000 a month.
We're getting a double bed and there's no mini fridge.
Oh, they have a cheaper rate?
Dang it.
Okay, maybe that's what it is.
And there's no microwave.
That's small.
I would be like,
Okay, we have to ask him about that.
We're getting a double bed.
Well, we're gonna have to ask him about the mini fridge.
How don't you think? I
It's
think
gonna
it'd
be
more to
small.
stay even weekly or monthly rate than their house.
Plain and simple, it's gonna be small.
Yeah.
This is as big as mine.
yeah, but they get internet. I can see why they get electricity.
It's $1,000 a month if you paid $33 a month.
Now this one is sad.
Oh yeah, I remember TNC.
The whole family's together.
You don't want a lot of people to find out that you live here. People will make fun of it, and it can really hunt you after a while. You start to have no friends. People tease you about it and stuff like that.
You get too big. You always want something extra. Yes, you do. You want a phone, you want shoes.
I'm not wearing no earthwalkers outside. No, sir. Jordans and Nike.
Earthwalkers.
Nikes and Jordans are expensive.
I know.
Just for a name. That makes no sense. You need a job.
But you can't wear that.
Nike's not expensive.
Look, I've been buying John
That's the
shoes
only
after
time.
shoes after shoes. I can't afford it. Now what? Walmart? You gotta take Walmart. What else can I do? At least his feet not dragging the ground.
There was some Jordan flip-flops in there for $30. Now that's a great deal. You cannot find no Jordan flip-flops, the brand new kind, for no $30. They're probably not.
He's
real.
selling her
Is
on
that a great deal? When I can go to Walmart and buy the shoes I'm wearing I got from Walmart for $5.
I'm to my name brand stuff. That's a good deal.
Let's get on
Mom.
people
If
right.
if you listen to it, it's a
You
good
want some of
deal.
those, right? Mom, see that's why I like y'all when y'all small. They accept stuff.
That's true.
You get too big. He's growing. You
just
in grown people shoes now.
Like
He
with a
needs
little
big
bit,
stuff.
like little white up jelly shoes, and it'll be cute no matter what.
He probably can talk about it. School's not having any more shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say, what I you don't got nothing on the name brand, no iPhone.
Make me feel like
I really not.
He's in school.
Yeah.
You're saying her hair got done?
Yeah,
That's worse
like,
than
we
me.
just,
I'm always
we don't play
He
that
has
much.
his own house though.
You wanna get
He
your.
got a house
Mhm.
to call home. You don't have to go sit
You
down
could
with
be poor,
thousands of
but you're not
people
gonna look for it.
to eat dinner. He can run to his refrigerator and open it up. And I can't do that. I have to wait till a certain time and I have to eat, because if I don't eat, I will starve all night until the next morning.
Stay in line.
That affects your development big time.
And right here, as soon as she goes, Johnny, you go after Jasmine.
As a mother, you always got different thoughts going through your head and mind, and wishing that you could change things and wishing things was different. But what are you to do? You can't keep beating yourself up about it. But at the same time, it's just hard. Having a family is hard. Maintaining a family is hard. Keeping us indoors is hard.
Thank you.
You know, eyebrows a little bit done, like, come on, mama. Yeah, you feel me?
Hey, man.
He's got Jordans on. Look,
I got my grades. What?
aren't those Jordans?
Yeah.
Maybe he's outgrown them, I guess.
That's good.
You probably wear them all over the day, but.
Just till I hit 13, my shoes grew every.
So did you do good?
I got 2 A's, 2 B's, and 2 C's. My grades is my only way out of here. But my grades not good, I know I can't go to universities like my dreams. I know if my grades not good, I can't play football like I want to. If I don't succeed doing what I have to do in school and making good grades, I will fail. I'm gonna live this life of shelters, going through hard times, can't feed my kids, trying to figure out where I'm gonna lay my head every night.
14, really 13 and 11 months, he said. That's what I wondered. How did they get another dog? Homeless dog? She snatched up another one.
We had much more space in the house.
Okay.
Be right back. Cool stuff that needs to be freezed is in the sink.
It's a 1-bedroom.
We don't have a fridge. Just the sink is our fridge. Brush.
That's the freezer and the fridge.
Ice mostly every day because it melts during night.
Especially if you're gonna do that, it's gonna have to be in the shower.
She could be whipping it like
And I
trash.
struggle for money. There's nothing for me. All the rest is chaos.
She's also what, like 10, you know?
So I've been eating vegetables. There's really not enough.
Are those peaches or sweet potatoes?
It looks like peach.
If I could change anything, it would be.
That's what I noticed. I'm like,
Pork, then you can't get it. Cause then
so this is a good halfway point, but like in terms of like child development and your brain and the things that you have, I know we're slowly cruising through here, but if you have any questions about this or the genogram or eco map, I've kept them open. So yeah. The eco map, it's your
You post that video that we're talking about?
yeah, it's on the genogram. It's where you turn it in. Yeah. That's okay. Just put whoever it is or see like school.
The teachers, the students.
Yes.
So
Hello.
So what about that letter recommendation?
Yeah. Did you need one?
Yeah, for the internship. Wow, I filled out the whole application.
Oh yeah. Are they
You
offering that for?
in the morning asking.
Would it count for your
The
social work
assignment.
internship too?
Great question.
For
I
tomorrow.
know,
If he
because
did-
that would be through Nikita,
Oh,
but
yeah, you is in our class. Did you do that assignment? You see that assignment
What assignment?
in our first class tomorrow? For social work. You know we got homework due tomorrow.
Oh yeah, homework.
It's due tomorrow at 11:59.
And she never told us.
she never told you.
We just had a test in her
Yes,
class on
chair.
Wednesday.
Is it on D2L?
It's on D2L, but I.
Is she not good at communicating to you guys?
Her name, Miss Karen.
Yes.
Oh my god. But listen, I just watched the video. The video's about them running from a storm. It's like a trailer to a movie. They're running from a storm. That has nothing to do with social work.
With child poverty and stuff.
And then if you click on the link, it's the assessment. You know, the package she passed around in class.
It's how you assess a family and like
But the
child
video
welfare.
don't go.
Did you guys let her know that at least?
No, I just figured it. We just figured this out. And it's due tomorrow.
Is it child welfare 1 or child welfare 2?
No, we just figured it out.
Is she rough on you guys? Like, did she drop the hammer on you?
No, this is all we do. We go to class. She puts up the PowerPoint. We talk about the PowerPoint. She emails us the PowerPoint. We write our own notes, and then that was it.
Are you in it?
Tell us.
I have already taken
Child welfare.
I've already taken that at, Park State. Yes. I've already taken that.
Oh, well, you're
Praise
lucky.
God.
I mean, she's nice, but like, why we got homework due? She never gonna tell us. So hopefully she's gonna tell us tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Send me an email to write that.
And
Okay,
hopefully.
send it to you.
Yeah,
I do that.
just to remind me. All right,